Happy Mother's Day. We've got some incredible moms coming up here. And my name is Megan, if you don't know me. And let's see, which chair am I going to take? I get to take this one. Okay. And we're just going to have a little conversation today. Mother's Day is a wonderful day not only to celebrate biological moms, but we acknowledge that God has gifted women with unique abilities to nurture others. And so before we even get started with some of these biological moms, I just want to acknowledge moms that maybe, or women who are nurturing, who are using those gifts that God has given them, whether it's being aunts or grandmas, or maybe you're an adoptive or foster mom. Maybe you're a teacher mom and you are loving and nurturing a classroom of kids. Maybe you're loving and serving some of our teenagers. But we just want to acknowledge women today, and we want to say that God remembers you and that God honors you. So we have an amazing panel of moms here today. We've got Krista, Marcella, Chrissy, and Nicole here with me. And so I just have one question for them. One question for you ladies. Who here in our North Central Church family has been an inspiring mom to you, and why? So Chrissy, you got the mic. Why don't you start?
Yeah. So my family and I have been coming here for 5 years now, and I have been a mom for just about that same amount of time. We started coming when I was pregnant with my first son, and he'll be 5 in August. So along the way, there have been numerous moms in this church family that have encouraged me and been there for me to share different things with. And the one that I kind of wanted to highlight this morning was Amy Jennings. I don't know if she's in here. She might be in the back. She's not in here. Okay. Amy is our kid ministry director, and she's also our newest assistant pastor here. And a very specific characteristic that she has exhibited to me, I would describe it as a godly resilience, kind of like a gritty perseverance. I think James describes it in the New Testament as steadfastness. And, as moms, we're constantly bending. So we're bending emotionally when dealing with our kids. We're bending spiritually with our relationship with the Lord. We're also bending mentally with our own conscience. And even physically, we're bending down to pick up our kids. And I think we can all agree that moms are pretty much the best in bending while driving, trying to grab that sacred toy that their kids have dropped that they can't go without for the next 5 minutes, right? So as moms, we're constantly bending. And I think this godly resilience allows us to bend without breaking. And, the resilience helps with that breaking. So when we rely on God's promises, when we remind ourselves of the gospel and what Jesus did for us, it keeps us from breaking. Without that, we break. The sharp edges of that break can wound our family, can damage our kids. And I've always strived to be resilient in a godly way, and Amy has been a great example to me for that. So.
Wow, that is such a reflection of God's love for us, right? The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning, and us moms have to get up every morning and find that in Him in order to be able to reflect that and be able to give it to our kids. So what a great example. Yeah, how about you, Marcella?
Good morning, everybody. So I am the mom of 4. I have Avery is 16. I have Bailey, who's 18. Benjamin, who is 20, and Noah is 22. So I've been in the trenches for a while. But one thing you probably don't know about me and my husband is that we have also, we've experienced as much loss as we've had blessing. We've had 4 that we have lost. Some were very early on. We lost our son Sam at 20 weeks in the pregnancy. So we know loss. We know how in this broken world things don't always turn out like they're supposed to be. And what Megan said was what was resonating with me when I was asked to do this. The women that they would make amazing moms, but just didn't have the biological opportunity. And I want to honor a mom that did not have that biological opportunity, but chooses to love with a mom's heart. And I want to honor Carrie DeWolf. She is at this very moment serving us moms in the children's church. She is loving on your kids. In the years that I have known her, I have watched her love on the extended family, the aunt role. She has loved on our daughters in the youth group. She has especially loved on my daughters, Avery and Bailey. And it's exhausting sometimes, the job that we do. And to know that someone else chooses to have our back and love on our kids, that we can hand them over for a retreat or a weekend. If they knew Carrie was coming, they were like, I want to be in Carrie's room. And it wasn't just because Carrie was fun. She's a tremendous amount of fun. But Carrie made them feel safe. Carrie listened to them. Carrie, she sees them where they're at, and she celebrates them where they're at. It's easier for me to be disciplined mom. That's kind of my wheelhouse in some ways. And I have watched Carrie, I have been inspired by the way that she loves big. She loves extravagantly. And she has inspired me. And I want to be a mom like she does it. I want more of that in my life, and how I treat not only my own kids, but how I treat the kids around me that need some mom love. So I want to honor Carrie.
Whew, absolutely. Saw me get a little verklempt there. It's just because as another mom of teenagers, having received that from Carrie, the love and that, acceptance of our kids, and just listening to them at times when our lives are so busy and it's like, just put it on, get out the door. And someone who is purposefully taking that time to listen and encourage and point them to Jesus is just such a gift. And I think being part of a church family, and here we're talking about just a few moms, but there's so many women that are investing in our kids along with us, and it's such a gift being a part of a church family and having that. Krista, how about you?
Good morning, everyone. My journey to becoming a mom was not easy. I struggled for 10 years. I ended up working with a fertility clinic, and she ended up being an IVF mom, or an IVF daughter. But my 2-year-old now, her name is Harmony. A lot of you probably know her, is running around giggling, laughing. It's been a struggle as a mom. So I want to honor Mary Woodburn. When I first became a mom, not long after I found out that I had cancer. So not only was I a new mom, but I was also struggling with how to take care of this beautiful child when I can't even take care of myself. And we were also struggling financially with my chemo meds. They weren't cheap, and insurance wasn't covering it. And we lost our house, so I was dealing with a lot of stuff. And Mary, to me, was that strength. She helped me when I didn't want to help myself. There was a moment where I didn't want to keep going on, and she reminded me that you need to rely on him. You need him to be that strength that you can't give yourself. So that's who I want to honor today.
Wow, that's so good, Krista. Even that reminder that, we're moms, right? We're giving and nurturing into our children, and we need moms. We need not only our biological moms, but women that are willing to love and care for us and pour into us so that we can continue to love and care for our kids. So I think that's just so beautiful that Mary has been that for you and your family and Harmony. Boy, is she a beautiful little girl. And we're so thankful for her. So how about you, Nicole?
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I have 3 kiddos. We've been part of North Central for the last 10 years or so, and we've had so many moms that have loved on my kids and loved on me. But when I was asked to answer this question, it was a very easy answer for me. And the woman that has inspired me most as a mom is Stacy Esick. And the reason, I'm grateful to have her as a friend, but I am just so grateful and inspired by her courage to be a spiritual leader in her children's lives. She has supported, encouraged, convicted her children in a world that's kind of scary. And as my kids get older, I'm recognizing how difficult the world is to raise disciples of Christ. And so to see her do this so beautifully, and not only do it beautifully, but with patience and love, but she's grown her children to be disciples in other children's lives. And so people that would never have received Christ or would never have known who Jesus was, because Stacy had this courage in her family with her children, they've done that for other kids too. And as a mom, if I can have that in my children, like, I'm feeling pretty blessed for sure. So.
Absolutely, right? Like, we're disciple makers, and it's amazing to see our kids when they're sharing the love of Christ. And Stacy is definitely someone who has been an encouragement and an inspiration for me too. Having kids the same ages growing up together, and there's so many times that she's spoken wisdom and courage into me when I needed it too. So, boy, am I thankful for Stacy. So I get to share who has inspired me as well, and I'm so thankful that my mother-in-law is here, and she gets to be a part of our church family, and she is loving on our kids, and she is a prayer warrior who has prayed us through so many things, my husband and I, and her kids, but also her grandkids. So I want to honor her really quick today as well. But this North Central mom that I'm thinking of that I want to honor today is actually a young mom. I have teenagers, and just because I have teenagers doesn't mean that I know it all, right, guys? No, definitely they know. Lord have mercy. There are so many ways that I can grow in my sanctification, right? Like looking more like Jesus, that fruit of the Spirit. And when I see Tirza Jackson, who is raising 2 little babies, one is Ezra is 2, and Amelia is brand new. She's about 8 weeks old. And I see the kindness that she shows and the responses that she gives. She has expectations, and she disciplines that 2-year-old, but it's always in this loving, compassionate, gentle, kind way, and it inspires me to be more gentle. I'm going to try, you guys, and I'm going to ask the Holy Spirit to continue to be at work in me, because I see that in her. And I think as moms of bigger kids, we can be inspired by the moms that are coming after us and learning things from them too. And so I'm really grateful for all of you young moms and all of the babies that you're bringing, that we get to love on as some moms that have older kids. And I certainly am thankful for Tirza and how she's inspiring me to be a better mom. So I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed Mother's Day. And thank you, ladies, so much for sharing. All right.